Now, Travel Week continues as Lauren McDonald takes us to one last stop for your summer travel Colorado staycation.
Right now, live and local, we visit America's Mountain as Lauren McDonald and friends join us from the summit. Ladies, you made it. Good morning.
Woo.
Yes, we made it. 14,115 feet above sea level. Right now, we are at the top of Pikes Peak. Travel Week continues. It's our last day, and what better way to end it than right here at home? We've got meteorologist Dee Cortez out here. She's going to be doing weather hits for you. I've got my gal pal, partner in crime, Christina DeWittowitz. We've been together all week, highlighting all kinds of places all around the area. That's right.
And you're going to be going live for Living Local. And then we have Haley, and you are a ranger here at Pikes Peak. So I'm already out of breath. This is very high, right? Takes people a little bit to get used to it. What do people need to do to prepare before they come up here to Pikes Peak?
Before coming up to Pikes Peak, you need to make sure to drink lots of water. Make sure that you've given yourself time to adjust to the elevation of Colorado Springs. And then just make sure that when you're coming up in a car to have at least half a tank of fuel.
And if people do get altitude sickness when they're up here, there is emergency oxygen, right?
Yes, there is at the Summit House.
So once people have, planned that out and are prepared, when they get up here, what can they expect to see apart from the amazing view?
You're gonna expect to see some different wildlife. This morning we had our bighorn sheep out and
That's
about
right.
visiting us.
First time I think Christina and I both have ever seen them.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you can't forget about the world famous donuts at Elevation, the world's highest donut shop.
Very nice. So you can come have a snack, right?
Yes.
Now, how long do you recommend people stay up here? We're going to be up here for a while today.
As long as you're feeling good up here, you'll be okay. But if you're coming from sea level, heading straight up here, probably not the best idea to spend too long.
A lot of construction happening up here right now. We know there's going to be shuttle service. People are still going to be able to drive Pikes Peak half the way, right, to the Devil's Playground, right? We're going to talk about that a little bit later on and how you guys can get prepared for that, what you need to know, what you need to do, where you need to go. But right now, I think we're going to wrap it up, send it back to you. Dee is going to get her Memorial Day forecast for the top of Pikes Peak going. Christina and I, we're going to get in and make some donuts later, I think.
I'm excited.
Yes, totally. We cannot wait. Live and local at the top of Pikes Peak. Travel Week continues, day 5. You have plenty of vacations. Do not leave state lines, folks, because there are so many places to go enjoy here in Colorado. One more time, 14,000. 15 feet!
What a great shot, Lauren. It looks fantastic. You sound great. I do want to hear you and Christina at one point break out in America the Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might be doing that later. I've
The
already
words
thought
are
about
over
it.
on the wall if you need them.
I saw.
Okay.
One thing, we can't move around a lot because the cell service is a little bit iffy up here, so,
Okay.
But
okay.
we gotcha. We'll be back.
Okay,
Sounds good.
don't pass out, and we'll come back and talk to you soon, okay? All right.
Poor Ranger Haley has no idea what she's in for this morning.
Dee loves her win,
I
too,
just
right?
love her walking around in the back. Always. 6:50 right now.
And it is Memorial Day weekend. Everyone is going to be coming up to the top of Pikes Peak because it's the last weekend it's going to be open. We're going to have some hot tips so that you can keep your family that's going to be visiting safe and make it a very pleasant experience this weekend, right after the break.
All week we've been showing you places you can visit without crossing state lines.
Well, right now we're in for a treat. Meteorologist Dee Cortez live with Lauren this morning at the top of Pikes Peak, helping us wrap up our Colorado Travel Week. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning. You want to know something that's very cool? You don't have to cross state lines. You can just come to the top of Pikes Peak because you can see the bordering of 7 states from the top of the peak. That's a true story, right, Haley?
Yes, it is.
So Haley is an expert on everything Pikes Peak, okay? She's been working up here for quite some time. We were talking about people coming up. It's the last weekend, right?
Yep.
To drive all the way up to the top by yourself. This is going to be the last weekend you can do that. So it's something to keep in mind. With Memorial Day weekend, everybody coming through, you might be having some family that's coming into town. You want to make sure that you have them prepared. So one thing, hey Lauren, how you feeling over there?
I am exhausted.
See, Lauren is getting what they call like sort of the beginning stages of a mountain sickness, right? Altitude sickness, and it's because we are at a higher altitude. So what are some things that somebody can do if they are feeling those kinds of things?
Definitely make sure you're drinking lots of water.
How much water?
So take your body weight, cut it in half, do at least that many ounces, and definitely a few more just to make sure that you're staying nice and hydrated.
Now, you were telling me something really interesting that I did not know. Newborns not welcome at the top of Pikes Peak.
Yep, you don't want to bring anyone under 6 months of age up just because since their lungs aren't as strong yet, they aren't able to process oxygen as well as us.
Now, something that's really cool, if you want to come up and spend some time up here to Pikes Peak, this is what you want to keep in mind. Are you ready for this? Some very simple things that you can do if you're coming up. As Haley said, drink water. And just before you head up, good old-fashioned aspirin. If you take a couple of these, this is going to help you whenever you start to come up to the top because it's going to help with thinning of the blood a little bit. And it helps the oxygen flow through your system a little bit easier. Then once you get to the top, you want to make sure that you have with you some ibuprofen. Good old-fashioned ibuprofen will keep you from having a headache, and it'll make your time up here just a lot more enjoyable. So, a review. Haley, we got to do water. We got to make sure that we are doing water along with the aspirin and the ibuprofen. Any other tips that you can give us?
If you start feeling weak at all and you start feeling not good, make sure that you start heading down the mountain because that'll definitely help you out.
I'm out.
So Lauren's already feeling it. Christina, how you doing?
I feel like it's just a little short of breath right now. Just a little.
See, we've been up here for a little bit, but we're going to be checking back in because there's also some weather aspects that we want to fill you in on. So we'll have that coming up in just a bit also, guys.
Interesting stuff, Dee. Thank you so much. I get winded just going to Walmart. So.
Have you been to the top?
Of course I have.
Okay,
Pikes Peak.
just making sure.
Of course.
But there's a few things here you haven't done yet, so I'm just making sure we're checking off the list.
Well, I haven't climbed Pikes Peak, but I've driven up to the top of Pikes Peak.
Hey, that still counts.
All right.
Good morning. The top of Pikes Peak is undergoing a makeover this summer.
What you should know, Memorial Day is the last day to go.
We're live and local from the top of Pikes Peak.
Travel destinations across the state.
Yeah, so whether you're at the Coors Brewery Tour or you head down south and spend a day wrestling alligators like Lauren did here, there's no shortage of summer travel ideas in Colorado. So wrapping things up right now, today we are back home at one of the most visited places here in our state, live from the top of Pikes Peak. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
We're geeking out because we're
Peeking out.
yeah, live and local here at the top of Pikes Peak. That was a good one. Yes, Tommy Teen. All right, so Pikes Peak, everybody knows it's America's mountain, second most visited mountain in the whole entire world. Here with Jack, here with Christina, and we are talking about the construction happening up here. You're the manager of Pikes Peak Highway. A lot of construction going on up here. You guys are planning on rebuilding the Summit House, right?
That's correct. We're standing actually where the new Summit Complex is going to be built, so it's going to be very exciting. We should be starting in June, 3-year project. 2020, we hope to be opening to grand opening and have great views from this location.
Yeah. Talk to me about the driving experience. I know a lot of people want to drive themselves up here to Pikes Peak, but once that construction starts, there's going to be 2 parking spots for them, right?
That's correct. What we're doing, because of the increased visitation, we're expecting record visitation this year. The COG's not running, so we're going to have temporary shuttle service from the 7-mile parking lot and the 16-mile parking lot. The van behind me is one of the vans we'll be using to bring visitors up to this summit.
And this is no extra charge to take the shuttle once they park, correct?
That's correct. The entrance fee is still the same. And then, as I say, Southwest says bags are flying free, shuttles on us. They're riding free.
I'm signing up for the shuttle.
I'll tell you what though, Tina, you did a great job driving today. This
Thank
little
you.
one drove us all the way, almost all the way up to the
Almost
top.
4 miles out.
Yes, I couldn't do it. But, so what is this new Summit House going to look like? What can people expect?
What it's going to look like, we're actually going to stand basically on the roof. So if you approach from the highway side, your entrance is going to be about this level, and you'll be able to go out on the roof, look down on the vista pointing towards Mount Rosa. So then from the COG side, we'll have a lower level. All will be ADA accessible. So it's going to be very exciting for everybody. There'll be interpretive signs, increased visitations, restrooms, interpretive. retail, dining, and then overlooks with a lot of interpreters. So it's going to be a great experience up here at 14,000 feet.
So more dining than donuts?
The donuts will still be here, and
Okay.
I think you'll be talking about them later today.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
excited. Have you ever
I
had
can't
one?
wait. No, I've never actually been up here before. This is my first
I
time.
haven't either, but I gotta tell you, Jack, I'm feeling it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm
we'll get
feeling.
used to it. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I'll
You're
tell
feeling
you
the
what.
excitement, not the altitude.
I'm feeling the excitement. I'm feeling the altitude. I'm feeling it all, but I am so glad to be up here. Colorado is awesome. There are so many places to come visit. So Christina and I are going to be back. Dee Cortez is checking her weather things, all of her utensils, thermometers. She's going to have you covered if you're coming to Pikes Peak for Memorial Day. As we said, it's the last day to come to the top of Pikes Peak. For now, we will send it back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Laura. They are excited. And speaking of exciting, we have been showing you places to visit without having to cross state lines.
Right now, meteorologist Dee Cortez joins Lauren McDonald live and local on the summit of Pikes Peak, helping us wrap up our week-long series on Colorado travel. Ladies, good morning.
What not to wear?
In thinner air.
We are, yes, at the top of Pikes Peak at the summit. Okay, guys, so here's the thing. When you come up to the top of Pikes Peak, as we've all learned, the higher up you go, the colder it's going to get. So, thing that you're going to be coming for the big Memorial Day weekend, I know you'll be bringing the family, you want to make sure that you're prepared. And don't forget, it is the last weekend that you can drive all the way up to the summit by yourself. After Memorial Day, you're going to have to take a shuttle. So, here's the thing. Notice that Lauren has got this fantastic jacket. Molly, girl, show him, show him. Okay, you see this? She has got this jacket on here, and notice, turn that over, Lauren. You can see this is going to be very warm, and she's got a hat. You definitely want to take the hat on. Christina has also got the same. Now, Christina, you got to show them the boots really quick.
So I originally came here wearing these just normal boots, just normal everyday boots, I guess. And my toes were freezing. So luckily I was prepared. And I brought snow boots.
See? See?
I was always prepared.
Yeah.
I'm so warm now. It's just my hands that are cold.
I kind of bought the same thing. Another big thing that you want to keep in mind is tread at the bottom of your shoes. If you have smooth shoes coming up to the top of Pikes Peak, you are not doing yourself justice. You can slip, you can fall. So you want to make sure that you're properly prepared. Gloves are a good idea to wear at the top of Pikes Peak, and you definitely want to make sure that you have ways to cover. So, Director Brock, we need to bring Abby and Craig in. I want to see if they've been paying attention, okay? We're going to play a little game. So, do we have Abby and Craig up yet?
We sure do.
Guys, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Show them the first shot there, Lauren. Do you think that this is proper attire to wear to the top of Pikes Peak?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Craig
you
says
could.
absolutely. Abby?
It might be a little much, but sure.
I got it.
Okay. They both say yes. Show them the answer, Lauren.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got flip-flops. He's got a wig that can blow off.
Oh, I thought it was like a snowsuit. We need bigger monitors in here.
You thought that was a snowsuit?
My eyes are terrible, apparently.
Okay, so now move on over.
Okay.
Christina's up next.
We got someone who looks like
Oh, look, this looks like Lauren dressed up like Craig. Do you see this?
Looking good,
Oh,
Craig.
that's you, Craig. So the Crocs, she's got cargo shorts. Do you think this is proper attire to wear at the top of
I'm
Pikes
just
Peak?
going to say Crocs are never proper
You should
attire.
never look like that, no. Yeah.
No.
So you say yes or no?
No.
No.
Okay, they say no. Show them the
Let's
answer. Yes! Correct. Okay, up next we got my cousin AJ. He's the random
Oh, that's
person
who that
you were
is.
seeing.
Hi, AJ.
This is AJ. He's visiting, and he's got
What do you
me.
got?
Here we go. What do you think? Does this look like proper dress attire?
No, is that a parka?
What is that? Is it a bear?
Okay, that's
Yes,
a
it's
parka.
a parka.
I'm saying yes.
Yes.
You rock that.
She says yes. Turn it over.
I
Show
can't
me
even
the
see
answer.
this.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes! You got one. Okay, up next, Lauren. Come on. What's the next one, girl? Show him.
It's like it keeps
This is
going.
Christina.
Tiny teen.
Notice the
Oh,
shoes.
tiny teen.
What do you think, guys?
She's looking good,
Is
but
this
she's
pro-
got those flip-flops on.
Ah, good catch, Abby. She's seen the flip-flops. What do you
No
think
go.
there?
If you get a fresh
Craig?
Teddy, maybe, but no, we'll
what do
say
you
no.
think, Craig?
No.
We'll say no.
No. Okay, if they say no.
Ding, ding, ding,
yeah!
ding.
Christina,
Your
wait,
bell.
Christina needs a jacket, and she needs to be wearing some kind of tennis shoe with traction. Okay, up next and the final one. This is our
Photog
Photog Sean, guys.
It doesn't end, does it?
That's what Sean looks
Just
like.
keeps on going.
We've never seen Sean.
What do you think?
I think he's going to be chilly.
Who's Sean? Oh.
Okay, but notice he's got the shoes and he's got pants. What do you think, guys? Yes or no?
No.
No.
They both said no. Flip it over, show them the answer. It's actually yes. He does
Actually,
need
yes.
a jacket. He's got traction on the
Add
bottom
a
of these
jacket.
I'm
shoes.
confused.
And most importantly, it says need more sleep because he
Yes.
does the morning show. He needs
Yes, he does.
All right, guys. Those are your hot tips from the top. The summit of Pikes Peak. Make sure when you come up this weekend, you're dressed properly.
Hot tips for when it's cold.
Yeah.
Thanks, ladies. It is important because it's always so hot down here, and you
Yeah.
forget the big drastic difference. But
You
you
don't
can call
realize.
them in the morning, and they'll tell you what the temperature is up
Really?
top. You sure can.
Didn't know that.
Another hot tip for you. 8:21 right now.
Purple mountains, majesty.
We gotta work on that, but we are live and local from the top of Pikes Peak for day 5 of Travel Week. We'll see you guys coming up after the break.
Week continues as Lauren McDonald takes us to one last stop for your summer travel staycation.
We are going more than 14,000 feet above sea level right now to the summit of Pikes Peak. Let's get right to them. Ladies, good morning to you. How we doing?
14,115 feet. That's exactly how many feet. We are at the top. Let me tell you something. Pikes Peak is on fleek. Yeah, we got it. Okay, so everybody knows summer travel is right around the corner. This is a great place to come visit. America's Mountain, right? There's a song about it. Or
Yes.
it's in a song, a very famous song. So Maria here, we've got Brad, we've got D. Cortez, our meteorologist. We also have Tiny T. She's going to be going live for Living Local. Maria, you are the queen of the donuts here, right? You've been making these donuts for 11 years. They've been making these famous Pikes Peak donuts since the 1940s.
Correct.
Tell me what you have to do to make a donut up here. This is a very special recipe.
It is a very special recipe. We adjust certain items that we have to put in them. They will not come out at sea level or down in the springs. They only come out up here at Pikes Peak.
So I know you don't want to give away the full secret, but kind of give us a little bit of an idea of what you changed.
So it all has to do with the baking powder.
Okay.
Oh.
Less, more.
More and a little bit less water.
Giving away the secrets up here today. All right, so we're going to try one in a second, but
All
there's
right.
also a lot of construction going on
Yes,
up
Brad,
here.
can you talk to us about the construction? Because I know you said people who come up here, the experience should still be the same. What are in those construction plans?
The experience won't be any different other than we'll have limited parking because of the construction project. We'll take up a vast majority of the site up there. Shuttles will be free. All your information about shuttle construction project at pikespeakcolorado.com. There is wealth of information there.
There you go, pikespeakcolorado.com. Last day that you can drive up yourself is Memorial Day.
Yeah, what you need to know before you go.
What you need to know before you go, pikespeakcolorado.com.
Now, one of the things you want to keep in mind, though, guys, just because it's going to be 80 or 75 degrees down in Colorado Springs, you will freeze if you come up dressed in your shorts up to the top of the mountain. So wear proper shoes that have traction on the bottom and make sure that you bundle up and layer. Layers are key, especially because it gets warmer as the day goes on, just like it does at home,
I have
guys.
so many layers on right now.
I wish I had more. All right, so can we give it a taste?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Never had one before.
We're going nuts.
Slide the dough.
Yeah! Cheers! Cheers to Pikes Peak. Cheers to Travel Week. And cheers to you folks that are going to go and travel across all the places we have. Let's see, what have we done this week? We went to Golden. We went on a beer tour.
Went to the Royal Gorge.
We went to the Royal Gorge. We went to the sand dunes. We wrestled an alligator.
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say, how
now
do you
we are
forget that?
standing at the top of America's Mountain. Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
One more time. 14,115 feet. Yes!
Hey, Lauren, I want to ask you, because I know your mom watches every day online from North Carolina. Was she scared when you were on top of that alligator and wrestling that
Yes.
gator? Yeah.
She was
very worried.
I can imagine. We all were. Yeah.
So is she.
These are good.
Great stuff,
you.
ladies. Thank you so much.
Yeah, she always says that.
Yeah. Thanks.
It's a feat though. I have trouble baking at 6,000 feet,
I know.
and they're doing it at 14. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
8:47.